As we get into some bingo topics, we are like 3 days away from the Eagles making their debut, or I should say about 4 or 5. I'm thinking about the Chiefs and the Lions, but I'm gonna be streaming that one as well. But I mean, you're not gonna be watching; you'll be watching that as well. If not for like 5 seconds. But man, I'm excited. We're doing bingo topics today. Bounce around a couple topics, cover a little bit of the Eagles Patriots matchup, and look at a couple things. But man, first of all, let's look at how this season might be slated to go. What's up? It's your boy Cintron. Come back at you with another analysis video. And I kid you not, it's my real name. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I usually say reaction video for my other channels. But anyways, 10 Eagles predictions heading into the 2023 NFL season. I'm just smiling from ear to ear because we're almost there, boys. We're almost there. And ladies. But, yeah, Nick, it's almost time to put that headset on and act like you're in Madden coach mode or whatever that game was, that you can be the head coach. Anyways, first of all, Jalen Hurts will continue to grow as a quarterback. This goes without saying. Look at him in the weight room. Look at him with his development each year incrementally, as well as at the amateur collegiate level. Look at him after the Super Bowl. Look at his screensaver. Need I say more? I don't think I do. But anyways, are there any sane doubters left? I mean, there are, because they're just haters. But he's going to do what he does because he has such a hunger to improve. Simply said. All right, the defense will be just as good as 2022, even if the numbers say otherwise. This is interesting, man. Yes, these are the past quarterbacks that we faced over the last 2 seasons. But yeah, I believe that we'll be better simply because we have a different coordinator, and it may not look the same. But yeah, he doesn't play off the strategy of preventing the big play, of course, is, paramount. You don't want to have too many explosive plays allowed. But making that your sole philosophy that, you bank everything off of, and that's paramount above everything else. And, you sacrifice for that. It makes it too easy for the decent quarterbacks to pick you apart. And like Patrick Mahomes did, we sat back. You can't sit back against a great quarterback. You have to do something. Pressure him. Attempt to pressure him. Attempt to move him off the spot. Attempt to get him out of rhythm. Jam his receivers at the line. Mess up disrupt their timing. You gotta do something, man. Not what Gannon did the whole entire Super Bowl. Play the same exact way from start to finish. What the did you think was gonna happen? I self-believe. YouTube didn't do that. But anyways, allowing defenses to carve you up is just asinine. It's crazy. Yeah. Anytime you run into good quarterbacks, you're not going to be in the rhythm. And I said this in a past video last year. Anytime we run into someone, we're not going to be in the rhythm of playing with that urgency in dire straits, and it's going to show. And there's a lack of urgency, and the players are not going to play outside the scheme. Otherwise, they're going to be benched. The people are like, "What? Aren't guys out there making alterations?" Stupid. Gannon will put them out of the game, even though it'll be to our detriment. But I want to have a guy that even when we don't need to, he's taking chances because it shows on film. For future opponents, it gets us into practice of just doing different things, and not operating on the same MO all the time. And with that versatility comes the complexity. So you want to show off those things. And Gannon was too much of a simple biscuit. Dude had one flavor, and it was good until we sold out, until we ran out, and then we were left with our blowing in the wind. All right, next, DeAndre Swift plus Rashard Penny will be an upgrade over Miles Sanders. Yes, they are, because they bring 2 composite skills. Yes, Rashard Penny is the sledgehammer when he's healthy, and also has the best yards per carry out of all the guys we have here, with a healthy, I think 5.5 or something like that. But DeAndre Swift, he transforms the offense, makes it into a true multi-layered, versatile attack, in that he can be not just an outlet, not just a dump off, but a true threat on the perimeter, in the interior, in the slot, flexed out wide, actual targeted routes for him, designated for him, drawing coverage with using our main receivers to draw coverage away from him for him to be the main highlight, the main route, the key route. So we weren't doing that in previous years. It's been a while since we had something like that. A lot in some instances of Sproles or to highlight on a high note a Brian Westbrook, featured in the passing game, not just a compliment, but potentially being a substitute for the main guy, leading to these main guys. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert will be an uncoverable trio. Yeah, they showed in almost at the playoffs in OTAs this summer that they were just hard to cover, and they seemingly improved their games and gotten better. And the 3,300 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 238 catches, I think they improve on those numbers. If not, the catches may come or go, but the yards, I think they get better, and the TDs will actually improve as well. Because I think Dallas Goedert and Devontae are going to have an uptick in those red zone present visits. So watch out for them, man. They just look dominant. No, they were dominant this summer. Jalen Carter will be good immediately, and Kobe Dean will be fine. Within reason. Like, he's not gonna, people are so quick and ready to say, oh, well, we found a replacement for Javon Hargrave. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a guy to come in and fill his shoes partially, because it's going to be a group collaborative effort. If you see me on any of my videos, I constantly harp on that. And he's just a rookie. We're not expecting a roll of him, but we have a rotation so that we're not solely dependent on him. And Nakobe Dean, all he has to do is farm the land. Just take care of the grass in front of you, a little bit behind you, and you'll be good. You have a great supporting cast in front of you in that D-line. Or the edge rushers and interior. You have a great supporting cast behind you in the back four. Especially those two corners, and Reed Blankenship looking like he's going to be, a star safety, if not a very good to solid guy. Solid to very good, but I would say leaning more towards very good. But you don't need to do too much. They're both ends, front and back, make it easy, make your job easier, or should make your job easier. So T.J. Edwards came in, a high IQ guy, given his physical limitations, and came in and got better, improved, learned to play with his instincts, and took off. Hopefully this guy can do the same with his engineering degree having an X. Smart guy. So just, don't try to overdo it. Don't try to overtill the land. Take care of the plants and fertilize people. Shout out to your boy. I've been watching this video, so what more can I say? Top billing. Just get into it. So many Eagles creators out there that I don't even subscribe to, because they're just too mean at this point. I don't want my algorithm overwhelmed. All right. Milton Williams and Reed Blankenship will have breakout seasons. Milton Williams is set for this, man. He had 395 snaps compared to Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave with having 700 last year. And he's going to have an uptick because Hargrave, the Gravedigger, is out of here. And, he's now kind of an elder statesman, along with the second-year Jordan Davis and, the picturesque Eagle and Fletcher Cox on the interior. Third year. And third year is usually when D-tackles burst out like aliens. Pause. But he's incrementally gotten better each and every year. He was an analytics guy, in the fourth round 3 years ago when they selected him, running a 4.68 at D tackle. But he's since put on some muscle, gotten even quicker seemingly. Means his mental game has gotten better, and just steadily improved. And I like him to play a pivotal role. And then as well next year, before we let him go in free agency, because we have two guys that we're going to tab to be the future at the position, and then add on behind them. But yeah, him and Reed was making picks this year in camp. He was, the guy taking the ball away, like they said here, the most. A couple picks on Deshaun Watson, I think 3 or 4. And, I think 3. And then he had almost had 4 and 5. So just crazy. He's just so aware out there. He's just plays with such a good understanding, and knows right where to be, and making critical hits. Gotten better in coverage. I really think he's gonna surprise him and really fill the shoes of C.J. Gardner-Johnson, like people didn't know he could. But yeah, Ghost is gonna go out there and handle things. Special teams will cost the Eagles a game. I don't disagree. We just haven't really gotten the right formula with the right people in there and bringing new people, and we just were such a mess last year in not turning over that position with Michael Clay. I know we have loyalty to the guy there, but just be honest, it sucks. It sucks. If we improve, hey, I'll be the first one to say kudos and give the man a pat on the back. But if we remain the same status quo, yeah, it's gonna eventually cost us. And yeah, we still don't have a punter, just problematic. Trying guys out, sure, just sign somebody, man. Sign man. Super Bowl loser jinx or whatever it's called isn't real, and the Eagles will be just fine. I agree with that, man. You look at the teams that had a losing record. There's only like 2 that had a losing record. Didn't make the playoffs. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think like five, or like 4 or 5 teams that didn't make it, and then most teams went on to make the playoffs. And then here, AFC Championship, won the Super Bowl the next year, division round, AFC, NFC. So I mean, like, there's not a lot of guys that you just make the playoffs. I mean, that's a credit in and of itself. Having success behind that, but not too many teams collapse after just having a playoff appearing in the Super Bowl. So I'm not saying that that's where we were setting the table at, or setting the mark at, that if we just make the playoffs, we have a Super Bowl mentality. Of course, we want to go there and win it this time. But that being said, it's highly overblown, and the coaches and the players, I feel, are ready, and mentally, they're over last year. They're really looking at this new year disjointed. Yeah, what you did last year, try to bring that over to this year, but none of what you accomplished last year matters. It's all about going out there and establishing this new team. So the NFC East no repeat champion streak will end. I'm not gonna go out there and 100% say I believe in this, because it's just been so much turmoil. But I really do believe the Eagles can break the streak this year, because they just have such a solid foundation and look to be dominant. So we'll see how they go out there and play. Eagles, the offense, we expect them to be business as usual, but the defense, can they gel? Like, they have a couple weeks, like 5 weeks, they could be 5-0 and still be putting things together. So I mean, there's some things you could let Safety Brown start straight out and let him get his training wheels off and get adjusted to where he's comfortable enough to a certain degree, as much as he can be, and gotten the practice in for the middle to latter half of the schedule. We'll see how that goes. We still don't have starters. We'll get to that a little bit later. The Eagles will get back to the Super Bowl. I believe they will, man. Because who's standing in our way? I don't know if Brock Purdy's ready this year. Kirk Cousins, he doesn't play good in primetime. The Giants, I don't even think they're gonna make the playoffs this year. The Cowboys, division. Until I see it, nah. All right, let's get into some other things. Nick Sirianni had a presser. We talked about the captains. We'll skip that. I'll get to my assessment later. Self-scouting and his fascination with Bill Belichick. So what I really want to get to is his self-scouting. Let's read what he had to say about that. So, and he said in his experience. So his experience has been that when you've had success on offense, you have to be ready for the unexpected. Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, in situational football, having offensive assistants and senior assistants and things like that, getting you prepared for any and every scenario, and they're well versed in that. And here in Philly, I just love this guy, the way he preps for the game. You have to be ready for things that they didn't put on tape, because they're gonna try and bring it out, and Bill Belichick is well known for that. Suddenly showing things that surprise, even if they weren't successful, he's gonna experiment. I love that about him. And so what you're trying to do in walkthroughs specifically is recreate that as much as you can. Hey, what stops this play? So you got to know the answers. If there's 8 possible answers, I want to know the answers to all 8. And I know Sirianni operates in the same mind frame. So does Jalen Hurts and so many players on that team. They're not satisfied with just being adequate or just being good. They want to be great. And knowing the answers to the quiz, replicating those in practice will help you be prepared when you see something. Even if something that you don't know, try as much as you can to whittle down the information to identify as much as you can of the unknown, because those training hours, it takes 10,000 hours to master something. helps you. Even if it doesn't look related, it looks disjointed. If you can diagnose, you'll find hints, you'll find clues, you'll find pieces that will help you to figure out the puzzle eventually. You may not get on your first crack, second crack, or third crack. It may even be your 10th. But the more experience you have, the more it's going to help you in these real-time in-game situations. And you try to say, all right, this is their scheme. Okay, so I'll skip this. Well, this can stop it. This can stop it. This can stop it. Whatever it is. And you try to say, all right, this is in their scheme. Show them that. But when you're also trying to pick and choose, well, they could do this. So yeah, show them that, but be prepared for their counter to your counter. So being able to constantly adapt, you got to be able to do that. And he talked about equipping the players, because you have to, send them out there in the field and they fight the battles, even though you can strategize. And they have to be able to be self-aware and think on the fly and adjust. You trust them to make those adjustments. And that's a big thing. I don't know if a lot of coaches around the league can say that. They really trust the players to run their schemes. They trust them, to, not just to run their schemes, but to evolve off of them, to pivot off of them, to go out there and independently, freely think. Even though that's what they're supposed to be doing, they want them to be a little bit robotic. Because coaches trust their scheme more than anything, when it should be them adjusting their scheme to fit the players. When you also try to pick and choose, that they could do this. Okay, I read that. They didn't show that on tape, but they could do it. Exactly. It's not about what you're seeing. It's about what could be. Possibilities are dangerous. Can be dangerous. That's been my experience when we've been successful in offense, is that you have to expect unexpected. Yeah. Things that, teams weren't expecting, we just got over on them because they weren't expecting it. They weren't ready for it. And that shows, not that their coaches were dumb, but it just, they didn't practice to the degree, or they didn't think, or I'd say brainstorm to the degree that we did. We just out-thunked them, outmaneuvered them, outflanked them. One thing I talked about in our roles to the guys is hey, Jason Kelce, center, and quarterback Jalen Hurts, there's nobody else in the world I want to handle the unexpected other than you guys out there on the field. They're the two best in the world, in my opinion, and so nobody else I'd rather have handling the unexpected than those two, because a lot of times you as a coach can't handle it until after it happens. So yeah, they're going to be reactive because they're not out there on the field moving the players and pieces. They have the independent mind think, of course, and you can just coach them, but you have to leave the rest of them, like I said. And you're not it's not like you're a puppet. You can be a puppet master, but they still have, they're, as free as Pinocchio was. Or you can prep them, but you can't handle it until after it happens on the sideline. Yeah. And yeah, anybody and everybody in the game knows that right now he's the GOAT. He's the godfather of head coaches, Bill Belichick. Just what he's accomplished. And even, if he did, was a player that made a system, we may not see another guy like that in Tom Brady, but, still, for him being able to put him in that position and being able to equip him with what he needs around him, a suffocating, strong, dominant defense, to go with just enough on O for majority of years to enable Brady to get the confidence to become who he became. Yeah, man, just got, shout out to him. Excellent. Yeah, not having not showing really anything, even though we show some philosophies in the preseason, gives us that advantage of having the unknown. Nobody knows what we're gonna do, and then that's just the first week. We can pivot off of that. We can build off of it. We can use it to counter, be counterintuitive. Oh, we showed you this, so you think we're gonna do that. So we're gonna implement new things that you haven't seen yet, but still attack you with your at your weak points. So yeah, they know who it's gonna be, but they're just not gonna tell us. Of course, smart move. Yeah, running back, just gonna ride the hot hand and see who and rightfully so. Within reason, you want to keep everybody healthy, but if somebody's on, they're on. Why disrupt that? And then they're a group of unselfish guys, so just care about the final product, getting that accessory. And yeah, we do have some games interesting. West Coast, East Coast, Monday, Thursday. We have a quick turnaround after our first game here for the Thursday night game. All right, so the depth chart shows some positions are still not totally settled. I believe they're settled, but of course they're not going to let on. So, four-way tie at running back. They're just not letting on who's going to lead back. So it's making teams prepare for everybody, which is smart. Albert Okuebunam. He's listed as number 4. If he puts in the time, he will not finish the season at number 4. He'll be at number 2. But we'll see how quickly that acclimation and ascension happens. It'll be a sign of how much he's studying, putting in the work, and working on his overall game. But man, he could be such a threat if he gets it right. Defense. Jalen Carter's gonna be a backup, but he's getting so many snaps. Like I said, it's a rotational thing, and it matters to some degree, but it doesn't matter like with the amount of snaps we're gonna give everybody with who starts, because everybody's gonna play. All right, Patrick Johnson and Noah Smith are trading out at backup Sam. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'd love for, just for to get some looks, even just to flash it. Noah Smith and Hassan on the field at the same time. Can you imagine those two just coming off the edge? All right, they haven't declared a starting linebacker, and they said they're gonna rotate him. I'm a little bit, cautious about that. I mean, if they do rotate, I think that shows you to the degree that they believe in Christian Ellis and that how much he's ascended and gotten better, improved since last year, being a practice squad, going from a practice squad player to a borderline starter. But I think Zach Cunningham's going to be the guy. Let's not kid ourselves here. And I think between Justin Edmonds and Justin Evans and Terrell Edmonds, I think it's going to be Edmonds. Could be Justin. I really think it's him, though, because he has the most experience. I think he just was given the time to really acclimate, given the lion's share of snaps. City Brown forced away on the field? Sure, maybe. We don't have a punt returner. We'll see, man. Only because Zacchaeus could get a shot. I would love to put him out there. And it's the early running, so why not experiment and let the guy get comfortable, get solid out there. Devontae in emergencies. But yeah, you don't want your starter back there unless you seriously need a jolt in the arm to, try and really win a game. All right, the 9 captains, we'll go over them briefly. I think this is his second year being a captain, first year. Interesting, they don't want to choose between the receivers, so they pick both. I like that. They're kind of tender, sensitive about that issue. How many years running? Several. Second year, several. So, I mean, they're going to get a gold's patch because they've been captains for several years now. 1, 2, 3, or he's just getting his, but they had theirs for years. Darius Slay, second year. Jake Elliott, I think, second year. So, interesting mix. And I have a kicker there. It just shows you, how we see him, how we view him. Let's get into our last thing of today. So, the Eagles open as week 1 favorites of the Patriots. That's no surprise because, Boo Smith-Schuster, Juju Smith, might be out with that knee. Riley Reef is going to be out. Their interior left guard and I think center didn't really play in the preseason. They were hurt. So, I mean, they're limping into this contest. And Mac Jones, he was benched last year, redeemed himself this summer, but, that situation is continuous. We never know what's going on. It's not going to be a welcoming, very welcoming home welcome for Tom Brady. We're going to ruin that. But, Jalen Hurts, you heard Mike Martz, the former head coach of the Rams who won the Super Bowl with them, say that Bill Belichick's going to make a lot of trouble for Jalen Hurts and try to throw everything but the kitchen sink at him and confuse him. Yeah, we'll see, man. I think it'll be an interesting chess match because Bill Belichick is, one of the best, I think the best coach in, history, and one of the best defensive minds in the game. A good student of Bill Parcells when he was coaching his defense in Cleveland. But, I mean, it's going to be an interesting test. I just don't think they can slow your boy down for too long. And it'll be a first game action along with a lot of guys out there, but I still think I still see us going out there and getting it done. Anyways, we're gonna get up out of here with that. But bingo topics, love juggling. Turn that thing, pick that ball out of there, and see what comes up and talk about it. Anyways, you're not even watching though, but it's all good because I love talking about the Eagles. I love doing these videos. But we're gonna get up out of here. As always, it's fly Eagles fly, and let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like. Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.